The little letter to Philemon. You know the background. Philemon's slave Onesimus has run away, ran into Paul in Rome, and Paul led him to the Lord. Now, what to do with the runaway slave? Well, why doesn't the Holy Spirit, through Paul, use this as a good opportunity to condemn slavery? Instead of calling for its abolition, Paul seems to recognize it as an established part of secular society. And let's face it, secular society isn't going to obey the scriptures anyway, especially if it entails financial loss. So why bother even addressing it? This is not a letter to secular society. This is a letter to a fellow believer. And so let's look and see what Paul does say to this Christian man. I'm looking at verses 15 through 17. Perhaps he was for this reason separated from you for a little while, so that you would have him back forever, no longer as a slave, but more than a slave, a beloved brother, especially to me, but how much more to you, both in the flesh and in the Lord. If then you regard me as a partner, accept him as you would me. Firmly, but tactfully, Paul asks Philemon to release Onesimus. And he asks in such a way that Philemon really can't refuse. The underlying principle is hinted at in verse 17. If then you regard me as a partner, accept him as you would me. We are to receive each other on equal footing. Accept him as you would me. If Christians heeded that, we wouldn't have slaves, and there would be no need to condemn that horrid institution. Look, I can't explain or justify why Christians ever had slaves. That's for them to answer for before the Lord, the righteous judge. But we will have to answer for how we treat one another. Accept him as you would me. It is serious business. Think about that, and we'll come back to Philemon tomorrow.